Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, it is Widget for the NES, based on the TV show Widget the World Watcher, which was around back in the early 90s. I've never watched the show, I don't know much about it. I do know that much like Captain Planet, which I did watch back in the day, it's one of those children's shows where telling kids to take care of the environment and help save it was the main order of the day. And this isn't the only game that Widget the World Watcher got a video game adaptation of. There is Super Widget for Super Nintendo. I don't know much about that game other than that it exists. I know more about this one than I do Super Widget, especially after I've watched Aqualung's review slash walkthrough of this whole thing. And I can tell you that this is a rather fun game to go through. This one was developed by Atlas, and well, I don't know if it was developed by Atlas, but Atlas definitely had their hand in it, and they also worked on Wacky Races, one of the NES games that I really enjoyed playing for the internet. So I definitely have the feeling that I'm going to have a heck of a time with this one. And the best part is, we have passwords with this game. This game has passwords to keep track of your progress. But we're going to start a new game, because we can. And when you start the game, you're on a world map screen, but the only stage you can go to is Stage 1, Mega Slank, which takes place in Australia. Once you beat Stage 1, you'll open up the rest of the game. So, let's go ahead and play Stage 1. Press A. Mega Slank from the planet Titanium is hypnotizing and forcing innocent people to do his dirty work. Go and investigate. Wimple, that dastardly Mega Slank is back, and he's up to no good. We need you to investigate the situation. It will be your first assignment. Good luck. Yes, Your Elder Highness. By the way, my name is Widget, not Wimple. And here we are. So, B fires, A jumps, left and right lets you move left and right, down lets you duck, and up, in conjunction with the B button, lets you fire upwards. At the bottom of the screen, you have your hit points and your magic points. You start out with 6 of each, but you will be able to increase those as you go through the game. To the right of that is your power for your gun. The top gauge is more for speed, and you can fill the top gauge by getting the green stars, much like the one at the bottom, just down to the left there. We won't be able to get that one yet, but we soon will. For the bottom gauge, it basically is the power for your gun, and we'll be able to find green gun icons that will make our guns a little more powerful as we go through this stage. But we will have to work to get the green stars to fill the top gauge. To the right of that, the amount of lives that we have left, followed by our score, and down at the lower right is our time, which we cannot see when paused. Also, if you press select, you'll go to the transformation menu. You can press B at any time to back out of it, and if you select any form, you'll be able to use it. Right now, we only have the cannon widget form. It has a powerful shot, but you can't move it at all, and you can only jump. It uses 2 of your MP. I don't see myself using it that much. And here's Mega Brain, which you can use with A. With A and the D-pad, you can switch between the 3 options: Map, Advice, and Escape. Map gives you a map. The flashing square signifies where you are. The Advice gives you advice depending on where you are on the map and if you've done things. Here on this particular screen, Mega Brain will tell you to raise your shot level and get those goons you couldn't before. And yes, I accidentally touched the mic, my apologies. Escape is much like the escape unit in the Mega Man games. The only difference is you don't have to complete a stage in order to use escape and go back to the world map. we can use escape right now and go back to the world map, even though we have no options and no other options than to go back here. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and press B to back out, and then we'll be back here. I'm avoiding the fire from the crocodiles as I shoot these things that move forward as we move forward. And we also have a ghost that will move towards us. The mosquitoes we can hold up and press B to shoot at a little more easily. And the worms take 3 hits to kill with the gun that we have. Thankfully, you can aim up while jumping, which is a great thing. And just by getting super close to that worm, we were able to take him out. Don't touch the cacti, they do hurt you, by the way. That's why I've been jumping over all of them. And now we have to face one of these things proper. They always fire a bullet at your current position whenever they jump. And they usually fire them 2 at a time. That heart gives us 2 hit points back, and we need to jump into that pipe to continue. And the ghosts will move off the edge there, and let's go ahead and grab the big coin for more points. The small coins are worth 500 points, the big coins are worth 1,000. And now we have these things. 2 of these things. Oh, and the coin gives you 600, not 1,000. Want to be careful here. Very good. I wanted to keep moving. Oh, that was terrible. But hey, got the job done. I wanted to keep moving so that way those crocs, when they hit me, I don't get knocked into the pit. You do have Castlevania-style knockback in this game. And it would have proved a little unforgiving here. I would have been taken all the way back to the start if I fell into a pit here. Thankfully, I just jumped over the pit and just bum rushed it, and then that's how I got here. And the little blue circle icon that I picked up, that replenishes your MP in case you need MP. Though you will find MP replenishments from enemies. And those little burger droids are going to come after us once we get close to them. Doesn't matter what the elevation is. By the way, I should mention, it was pretty evident with the worms, and it's pretty evident with these guys too. If you get right in front of an enemy, just mash B like there's no tomorrow, because the enemies in this game have no invincibility frames. That is something you can take advantage of pretty quickly. Now, if you look up above Widget, you'll notice that the right triangle on some of these tiles are darker when they shouldn't be. If you jump into them, hidden wall. And the red star gives us 2 extra hit points to add to our maximum health, which is a good thing. And like I said, enemies have no invincibility frames. You can just wail away on them and you can take them down in a second. And we picked up a green gun icon, which gives us slightly bigger shots, which also have a little more power to them. And the spikes are not insta-kill, thankfully. There is a blue star there that increases our maximum MP by 2 points. We will not be able to get that yet. So let's go down the ladder with down. You can press up or down in front of a ladder in order to climb it. And we now have more burgers. Once these guys start moving, they won't stop moving unless you get far enough away from them. And there we go. He goes down. And now we need to drop down here to enter the next area. There's a gun icon right there. I want to grab it. That little jewel is an MP restoration. Gives you a little bit more right there. And also, it should be mentioned that when enemies are killed, they stay dead. They don't respawn like in other NES games. At least, whoever developed this game. Whether it be Atlas or Natsume. I don't know for a fact if Atlas or Natsume developed this game. They were smart enough to make that a thing. So any enemies that I come in contact with, once I defeat them, they stay defeated. Anyway. Want to make sure I jump right at the edge there so that way I can clear that pit on that conveyor belt. If you pay attention to conveyor belts, on the why I pause there, you can see where they're gonna go. Kind of maybe? I'm not quite sure. No, it's hard to tell. It's kind of hard to tell unless you're on them. Anyway, I want to go over here first. I want to take the top path first. And take out the enemies that I see. Now, with the bottom gauge not completely filled up, our attacks are a lot more powerful. Also, there is a big heart there that refills practically all of our health whenever we pick that up. Now, I do want to pick up that red star there. And remember when I said that enemies stay defeated once you defeat them? That's why I went to the top part first, to ensure that those enemies are gone. Now we just need to beat up the burger. And we need to keep jumping as we go to the left because this conveyor belt will push us to the right. And then we can enjoy Widget's walk cycle. He just walking around with his arms to the side like there, he doesn't even have a care in the world. Poor guy, he has no idea what he's in for his first assignment. Anyway, we need to go into this doorway. And we need to avoid him and his attacks, Mega Slank, while we just fire away at him. Just like with the normal enemies, the bosses also do not have invincibility frames. So you can just wail away on them, and it's pretty easy to defeat them. Also, there was a blue star there for more maximum hit points. Not hit points, but magic points. But again, we won't be able to get that until a little later. With Mega Slank out of the way, the people of Earth were saved and returned to normal. Mission accomplished. Ugh, that little purple protozoan beat me. And by beating stage 1, we open up stages 2, 3, and 4. The little W icon, the little widget icon, the little pink W icon. The one that's actually moving around between stages 2, 3, and 4. That is your cursor for the world map. However, we want to go back to stage 1, even though we've already completed it. Yes, you can go back and backtrack, and if you want to, you can press B to get past all the dialogue. We still have all our stuff. I'm glad. And by beating this stage, once I get the opportunity to show it off, I'm glad that gun takes out the mosquitoes in one hit, by the way. We now have the mouse form, which costs 3 MP. And this will allow us to move faster and jump a little higher and a little further. Want to make sure I grab that. And I guess you do have to go back to pressing select and then pressing B just to get back to being normal Widget. But anyway, we now have this red shot for finally being able to pick up the green star. And for doing that, we have an even more powerful shot that moves even faster, which I do like. And if we ask for advice here, oh. I guess if you were all the way to the left, Mega Brain would have been able to tell you that you wouldn't have been able to go here until later. Well, gee, thanks, Mega Brain. But let's go ahead and escape. And when I find out more about how to grab things that I wasn't able to before in stage 1, I'll definitely come back to stage 1 and I will get them. But we have 3 more stages that we can choose between. And believe it or not, while you could play them in order, you don't want to do that because you need something for stage 2. And that something is in stage 3. Thankfully, stage 3 is pretty easy when you know what to do. And we'll be going through stage 3 in the next video. So join me next time where we take on Dr. Dante in stage 3. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!